Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we are going to be doing a 2 looks 1 palette with the I Heart Revolution and Princess and the Frog palette. So I am super excited to get started with this video. We are going to start with some swatches, so let's get into that. So here is the Princess and the Frog palette, super pretty. And here is what the inside looks like. So once again, we have the 6 face shades and then the 18 eyeshadows. So I'm going to start by doing swatches, and I'm going to start with the eyeshadows and then we will swatch the face shades. So starting right up here in the corner, we have Evangeline. Next we have Louie. And then Ray. Those all swatched out so beautifully. Next up we have Lily Pad. And then we have Gumbo. Next is Tiana. And then we have Naveen. Next up is Bayou. And then we have Shadow Man. Next we have Swamp. And then we have Frog. Next up is Kiss. And then we have Beignets. Next up is Magic. And then Voodoo. Next up is La Bouffe. And then we have Witch Doctor. That one was a little chunky. And finally, we have Mama Odie. So here are all of the shades swatched out. Super excited to start playing around with those. But next we are going to be swatching the face shades. So I'm going to be doing those on the back of my hand. So the first shade we have is Almost There. Ooh, it's pigmented. These are definitely going to be too dark for me, but I really like that they thought about different skin tones. So next up we have Promise. And then we have Mardi Gras. Those are some pigmented blushes. Those are definitely the most pigmented out of the 3 palettes. So for highlighters, we have Tiana's Place. And then Akadanza. I believe I'm saying that right, but let me know. I think that one might work for my skin tone. It's one of the lighter ones in this palette. And finally, we have New Orleans. So here are those all swatched out. Those are some really rich, beautiful colors. And even though I can't use them probably as blushes and highlighters, I can still definitely use those as eyeshadows. So that's gonna be nice. So yeah, I am very excited to start playing around with this one some more and creating the 2 looks.
And I will be sure to link in the description box the timestamps as to the start of each look, so you can either skip around, or if you just want to see one, or if you want to watch both looks, that would be great as well. So let's go ahead and get into those. Alright, so the first shade we are going to take is Swamp. And this is a pretty little matte blue. So I'm taking this on an e.l.f. blending brush. And we're going to start working this into my crease. And just work on building this color up. This one is actually pretty pigmented to start out with, at least compared to some of the other shades in this palette. So that is good. Next up, we're going to be taking Witch Doctor. And this is on an e.l.f. eye crease brush. So it's just a little bit of a smaller, denser packing blending brush. And this is going to go lower in my crease. I'm going to go back in with Swamp. And just right over the top edge of that purple shade, we're going to just work on blending this out. So once I have those blended in the crease, we're going to take Shadow Man. And I'm going to just take this right on my finger and just start packing this across my lid. This does work pretty nicely with my finger, and I went in with my finger because with prior experience with these palettes, the shimmers just don't really apply very well with a brush, especially a dry brush. So I just wanted to go straight in with my finger to make sure this is the most pigmented I can get the shade. So next we're going to be taking Bayou. And I'm taking this just on a small angled brush. And we're going to start working this along my lash line. And I do want to point out, I feel like these two crease shades got a little bit muddied, which you can still see the color of both of them, but it just doesn't look as vibrant and pigmented as they do in the pan. But I'm just going to be taking this as a liner right along my upper lash line. And then we're going to start winging this out. So I'm just going to lightly press down with this brush and then drag it to connect. And I don't want this to get too thick, so I am trying to keep it as precise as possible. Alright, then next we're going to be taking Witch Doctor once again. And we're going to be running this along the lower lash line. And then we are going to blend that out with a little bit of Swamp, just like we did in the crease.
Next, we're going to be taking Tiana right here. And this is just going to go right in my inner corner. And I'm taking this on an e.l.f. small smudge brush. So just pack this right into the inner corner, like so. And that will complete our look. So I'm going to go add some mascara and I will be right back. Alright, I am back with the final look. And for this look, we did use my Essence Lash Princess Waterproof Mascara. So overall, I am really happy with how this look turned out. I think the color combination is really beautiful. The one thing, like I did mention earlier, is I feel like the crease shades got a little bit muddied together. I just wish you could see more of the vibrancy and pigmentation that you can especially see in the pan in the palette. But other than that, I really do enjoy how this look turned out. You guys will have to let me know what you think. And with that, we can get into our next eye look. So moving on to the second look, we're going to start with taking Mama Odie. And this is just going to go right in my crease. I'm not entirely sure what my plan is for this look yet, but I just thought I'd play with some of the shades that I haven't yet used. So we're going to start with this. And this one is pretty pigmented right off the bat, which is really nice. This is probably one of the most pigmented shades in this palette, at least that I have tried. So that blends out pretty nicely. Next, I'm going to take Beignets right here. And this is just going to be a little bit of a deeper transition shade. This one is more orangey toned. So it's just going to work nicely to deepen up the yellow that was in the crease. These warmer tones do seem to work nicer than the more cooler purpley tones like we did for the last look. I'm going to take some more of Mama Odie to blend this out. I don't know if it was just the fact that I was trying to blend the purple and the blue together or what, but these shades do not look nearly as muddied as those two did in the previous look, which makes me happy for this look, because these two seem to blend pretty nicely together. Next, on an e.l.f. concealer brush, I'm going to take Frog. And I decided I wanted to do some green in this look. So I'm actually going to start up close to the crease and kind of work on defining the line for this. I don't want to do an actual cut crease, but I want to make it look like I did. So just follow the crease line with this shade. And I'm pretty impressed with how this shade is performing right now. This is a completely dry brush. So I'm just going to wing this out slightly and then connect it to the upper lash line. And then we will fill in the lid. That
shades seem to pack on pretty good, so that is super exciting. I'm just going to go in with the crease shades a little bit just to help make sure the shimmer didn't really get into the crease at all, and just to help rebuild up this color. So I'm just being really careful along where this line is. And then we'll go in with the first brush and just blend everything out again. I'm going to be taking Magic, and this is on an e.l.f. smudge brush. So this is just a pretty small brush that's going to work nicely to press this right up against the lower lash line. Just to add a little bit more of that yellow tone into this look. That looks pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit of beignets as well on that brush that we used in the crease, and just pack this right along the lashes, just so we get a little bit of that repeated look from the crease to the lower lash line. And then we're going to take that first brush that we used and just help blend out. The final shade we're going to take is Evangeline right here. And this is just going to go right in my inner corner to highlight. This is a really pretty yellowish green shade, and it just works really nice for the inner corner, and I think it goes well with this look with the yellow in the crease and the green on the lid. So this is the completed look, just a super simple look for today. I will go add some mascara and I will be right back. So here is the final look. Overall, I did like the performance of these shades better than the previous look, but I gotta say I do like the idea of the previous look better. I'm just someone who really loves purple and blue looks, but this one did turn out super pretty and I'm very pleased with it as well. Let me know down below which look you liked better, and be sure to check out the I Heart Revolution and Disney playlist that is on my channel. It has my first impressions of all three palettes, and then the look I did with the Belle palette and just that focus video, and then this video, of course. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my future uploads. I am planning on doing the Cinderella focus video coming up next week, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know what else you would like to see from me. And with that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!